We're here with John Gronan from Parallel 45 Marine, and we're checking out this awesome white formula Whisper catamaran. It's a foiling production catamaran, kind of aimed at folks getting into foiling for the first time, right?
Yeah, this is meant to take foiling from the extreme to the accessible. So we have a lot of Hobie sailors, tornado sailors that want to try foiling, and just the general public. They've seen it, they've seen the Moth, but it's a great boat, but not really accessible to older people like myself. And this opens up the door, for family sailing while foiling. And
all right, so you were telling me that the company is based in the UK?
Yes, this is built by White Formula, which is a really well-known UK builder. They build the Whisper, and they also build the F101 foiling trimaran for Foiling World. And they're on the leading edge of composite building in the UK.
Terrific. So show us a few highlights of the boat itself.
Oh, well, I think the main highlight is, the construction quality. We're looking at a full carbon fiber boat, mast, boom sprit, and the boat weighs 220 pounds completely rigged. And, that lightweight, really helps with the performance. And the boat begins to foil in 5 knots of wind. And once you've got the hang of it and mastered it, and that's in part because it's got 4 foils. It's got 2 front foils and it's got 2 rudder foils. Now I've left the foils out here at the show so people can see them, but you can see that the foils have a fair amount of surface area, and they provide a huge stability. The goal of this boat is not to be the fastest foiler, but to be a very stable and accessible foiler. And I think the other nice features on the boat, it has wave-piercing hulls with a lot of reserve stability. So unlike some more extreme boats, when it comes down, it slices through the wave, you keep your forward momentum, and then the reserve buoyancy brings the boat back up rather than, I think the main concern a lot of people have today about foiling, is capsizing and pitch poling. And both on this and the F101, those, that risk is removed.
So tell us a little bit about the real trajectory of learning to foil for a mere mortal.
Well, I think, I've seen people come with no skills, but, it's a long curve for them. But if you're a good, Hobie sailor, laser sailor, you understand, sailing, you're a competent sailor. I think moving into this, the Whisper is quite easy. And, the hard parts are, for most sailors, getting used to sailing in a parent wind boat. A lot of sailors have never experienced that. And, this boat at 7 knots is going to start to foil. The apparent wind's going to come on and you're going to be doing 14 knots. So, that's quite a learning curve. Now if you're coming out of a 49er or a 29er, you're not going to have that concern. I think the other part that is part of the learning curve is that the windward side's the low side. And for most cat sailors, it's instinctive to, fly a hull. And it's counterintuitive to have it down low looking up. So you feel like the boat's on top of you. And it's a very unsettling feeling till you get used to it. You've got to keep the boat flat, or you've got to heel it on top of you, bring it on top. And I think that the thing that surprised me the most was how high you are off the water. All of a sudden everything, and it happens really quickly. Like when you're foiling, it's not that you progressively take off, it's that you're sort of, it's a quantum jump. You're either sailing and then you're up. And all of a sudden you look over and you look down and you're up there. And it's silent and it's quiet and it's fast. And your heart just kind of jumps out of your mouth the first time. I think that's really what's driven foiling, is that feeling. And it's like, wow, man, it's very addictive.
I'm smiling behind the camera. I want to try, man.
Well, I think we should get it out. That's what we should be doing instead of... but the boat show is a great chance to show people the boat and chat to them. With a great success in Annapolis and Newport and Toronto and Montreal, and now we're moving out west. And the boat behind me is going to Tacoma, Washington.
So cool.
I hope more of you get to see it.
Fabulous. Well, if anybody's in the area and wants to come up to the Vancouver International Boat Show, the boat will be on display here through Sunday. And otherwise, contact Parallel 45 Marine and John, and maybe we'll try to get out on the boat in Tacoma.
Well, thank you very much, Joe. Hopefully we can get you out there.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.